Welcome back to Rustic Moose Coins. I'm Steve, and I want to ask one question. Why do we collect coins? Why do I collect coins? In today's video, I'm going to be starting a series for the beginner, the collector who may not have any knowledge on the hobby, or someone who is interested but doesn't know where to begin. Maybe somebody that inherited a collection and doesn't know where to even start or know the first thing about coins that they have. So stay tuned in this video and we'll discuss why people collect and why I collect coins. The popularity of coin collecting among popes, royalty, and nobility earned numismatics the title of Hobby of the Kings. To many people, coin collecting may seem boring and pointless, like my wife, for example. She doesn't see any value in coins other than their face value, or understand the historic significance of any of our U.S. coinage, or really appreciate the artistic beauty behind our coins. And that's okay. I have a true passion for collecting. I started collecting when I was young. It started with old quarters, saving anything that was silver that I found in pocket change or gotten change back from a store. Then I began collecting foreign or world coins because they were super cheap. My dad eventually showed me his collection, or actually I stumbled upon his collection, and I immediately fell in love. They were all U.S. coins, old U.S. coins. That included the Barber coins, Walking Liberty, Braided Liberty, Large Cent, and I just thought they were so cool. I lost my attraction to foreign coins and really fell in love with 19th century U.S. coinage. I fell in love with the beauty of the designs, but also the history that I was learning. Education. So like me, you would never realize the history to be learned simply by researching coins. Not only do you learn about the coins, but you can learn so much history and politics and society and culture. So some references from my collection. When collecting coins, you may see Civil War dates. Of course, the war ran from 1861 to 1865. And during that time, U.S. coinage was being hoarded by the public due to economic uncertainty of the war. Banks stopped issuing coins and bills during the war, so private mints started making Civil War tokens to be used as payment method and also advertising for their businesses. When it comes to politics, overriding presidential veto, the Bland-Allison Act of 1878 allowed the government to purchase up to $4 million in domestic silver for the production of silver dollars. The Bland-Allison Act was an act of the United States Congress requiring the U.S. Treasury to buy a certain amount of silver domestically and put it into circulation as silver dollars. The bill was vetoed by President Rutherford B. Hayes, but Congress overrode Hayes' veto on February 28, 1878 to enact the law, giving us the Morgan dollar. With society and culture around this same time, the trade dollar was made from 1873 to 1878. The mint produced these large, heavy silver dollars exclusively for use in trading with China. At the time, East Asia preferred the Mexican peso, but the U.S. trade dollar was produced to compete with these other large trade dollars already popular in East Asia. Some people collect coins for their rarity and or their beauty. I do not have any exceptionally rare coins in my collection, but a good example is the 1943 copper cent. In 1943, the penny was made of steel because the U.S. needed copper for the World War II efforts. Collectors will always be searching for any copper 1943 pennies. There are only approximately 40 known. There are, however, more obtainable, rare U.S. coins, usually a result in the mint as an error, such as this 1943 double I Jefferson. As usual, condition will be a huge factor in value, but this double I significantly increases this coin's value. The 1943 Wartime Nickel, made in the same year at the same mint, is your standard run-of-the-mill nickel. There were 271,000 of these minted this year, and in this condition, it's worth approximately $6, which is not bad for a nickel. The double I coin, in approximately the same condition, is worth about $175, which is 29 times the value. Beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. Some coins deemed to be the most beautiful coins are Standing Liberty quarters, Walking Liberty half, dollars, mercury dimes, but I personally really enjoy commemorative classic U.S. coinage. I think they're among the most beautiful coins that the U.S. has ever made, and I'll show you some examples of what I'm referring to here. So I have several commemorative half dollars, and to only pick 3 was a difficult decision, but among some of my favorites that I have, this is the first one that I ever purchased, was this Iowa Centennial, minted in 1946 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Iowa statehood. I just really love the design of this coin. I love the state seal on the back with the stars and the eagle with the spread wings. This is a gorgeous coin with really nice golden patina to it. Really enjoy this design. So this is one of my favorites. One of my favorites and one of the most challenging coins for me to acquire was the Gettysburg half dollar to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg from, of course, the Civil War. You have a Union and a Confederate soldier on the front here, and on the back you have the double-headed fasces with the Confederate and Union shield on the reverse. Another gorgeous coin. This one made in 1936. One of my favorite designs. One of the most beautiful coins that I have, at least in my opinion. And then this is a common pick for classic commemorative fans, and it is the Oregon Trail half dollar. It has this beautiful Native American standing over the United States, and the wagon led by the 2 ox in the back of the coin. This one was made in 1937. They made these intermittently between 1926 and 1939, but this is one of my favorites, and all of these are in really good shape. But again, for me to pick 3 of the classic commemoratives, I think there are 53 total coins in this set, but these 3, at least in my collection, are among my favorites and what I consider to be the most beautiful. Some people collect coins to make money. A coin's value can increase or appreciate over time. However, you have to have some knowledge and know how much you can spend on any given coin. You have to know key, semi-key dates, varieties, and errors. A ton of research has to be done, and you have to acquire the coins at the cheapest possible price, which usually means buying them in bulk. If a deal is too good to be true, it usually is. I do want to say that there's a huge difference between being a collector and an investor. I personally do not collect coins to turn a profit. Sure, if and when I plan to sell, I'll try to get my money back or sell to get any profit I can. But when I'm actively buying, I'm not actively buying to make a profit on my coins, because I collect the coins. They bring me joy, and it's something I hope to pass on to my kids one day. Some collectors just appreciate the challenge of finding that perfect coin. With an unlimited budget, nearly any coin can be purchased. It's finding that coin at a steal or a bargain that's the real challenge for many collectors. And this could fall into the rare category as well, but one of the challenges that I faced, and there have been many challenges, was acquiring a 20-cent piece. I've always been super fascinated by the 20-cent piece. They're so similar to the 25-cent piece of the same era. It's no wonder that they only lasted for 3 years. The example I have is in about uncirculated condition, this 1875S, and it happens to be the most common date. A new challenge for me would be to acquire a different date and perhaps a different mint mark without breaking the bank, of course. Another big reason why people collect coins is for the metal content, and this is a big one. There are a lot of silver and gold collectors, so silver stackers, gold stackers, precious metal stackers. A lot of these people will collect coins pre-1965. Those are made of 90% silver. So for every $1.40 face value you have equal to 1 ounce of silver. So people will stack and hoard all of these coins, what's known now as constitutional silver or junk silver, but people will collect and hoard all the silver they can. They'll do the same thing with gold or platinum or any other precious metals. Copper, not so much. It's not as valuable. War nickels were minted from 1942 to 1945. Those are 35% silver, so people will collect those as well. You can also purchase bullion, which is, they're not coins, but they're made and sold by their silver weight. Typically in 1 ounce or 5 ounce, you can buy bars that are 5, 10, 50 ounces if you wanted to. But the American silver eagles, maple leafs, kangaroos. There's a ton of different bullion coins that are minted around the world by different mints that people will purchase and put into their stacks as well. Another reason that people collect coins is to pass it on. Pass it on to the next generation or pass it on to your children. I know I will if I have kids. I learned a lot from my dad with my short time that I had with him during the whole coin collecting phase of his life, and it's something that I cherish, and it's something that when I look at his collection, it brings me a lot of joy. So it's something that I would hope to pass on to my children, or pass on to even the next generation, whether it's a niece, a nephew, or somebody else's children that love to collect coins in the hobby. So it would be something that I would look forward to doing. The last reason I want to touch on is for why people collect coins is relaxation. There's something so serene about rifling through your collection, taking inventory, looking for that one specific piece. Hobbies are so important for both stress relief and just to get away from everything in real life. You enter your own little world, even if it's only temporary. I personally love to collect coins and relabel all my 2x2s and reorganize my collections within my binders and books that I have, or put the ones I enjoy the most on display. It's very stress relieving. It gets me out of real life and gets me into my own little world, and I find it extremely relaxing, even though it's very tedious work, and my OCD kicks in. Every 2x2 has to be labeled the same way. They have to be stapled the same way. They have to have the same color code on them all. So it is tedious, but it's relaxing all in the same time. It's a weird thing. But I hope you enjoyed today's video on why people collect coins. These are just some of the reasons why people do collect coins, and I just wanted to touch on why I collected coins. So if you enjoyed today's video, I hope you give me a thumbs up, give me a like on the video, comment on the video, let me know how I'm doing. I hope these videos are entertaining for you guys, and I want to keep making these videos and keep making them entertaining for you, the viewers. So I appreciate your time, I appreciate the views, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much, and until next time, happy collecting.